there is serious issue again between Akpabio and Natasha. Now that Natasha is back to the Senate, everybody had expected that Akpabio will leave Natasha alone. Akpabio will focus on his duty and leave this woman alone after her suspension, and she is back. But it appears that the battle is not ending anytime soon. The battle is not ending anytime soon, because why is Akpabio still speaking against Natasha? Why is he still saying things, throwing words to Natasha? This the news that just broke a few minutes ago, and here in Noble Media we are bringing it for you immediately. What we do is, let's now go to the headline. No senator can hold Senate hostage. Akpabio is the one talking, indirectly referring to Natasha. We will give you the breakdown because we just got the details few minutes ago. Akpabio is saying that no senator, not Natasha, not anybody, can hold Senate hostage. And of course, you know, no, he has not had any other issue apart from with Senator Natasha. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has declared that the National Assembly will not allow any of its members to hold the institution hostage, stressing that the legislation must uphold discipline and respect for its rules to preserve Nigeria's democracy. So if you are in Nigeria, do you think that democracy is already being upheld and practiced in the way things are done in the nation? Akpabio stated this in a statement issued on Saturday by his special advisor on media and publicity, Eseme Eyibo, titled "The Trials and Triumphs of a Resilient Nigeria's 10th Senate." This 10th Senate that many people already call rubber stamp. You know, it was this 10th Senate that was there when Akpabio suspended Senator Natasha, a duly elected senator. A duly elected senator, how can she be suspended, her salary withdrawn, prevented from accessing her office for 6 months, half of a year? In fact, it lasted slightly beyond 6 months. It was this same Akpabio Senate that people call rubber stamp Senate that oversaw Tinubu suspending a duly there is a state called River State, a duly elected governor in Nigeria. The president in Abuja, Asorok, suspended a duly elected governor for how many months? For 6 good months, and put a sole administrator there. It was after Tinubu finished his holiday in Europe. He came back after 6 months and remembered to bring back the governor. And many people were looking that that the Senate under Akpabio will fight against that, will fight against these suspensions, but they did not do anything. They endorsed it. And all the loans upon loans upon loans, billions of naira loans, millions of dollar loans that this administration under Tinubu has gotten has also all been signed and passed by the Senate under Akpabio. And this is the same Senate that Akpabio is saying is upholding democracy. The Senate cannot, look at what Akpabio said, the Senate cannot and will not be held hostage by the disruptive instincts of any of its members, referring to Natasha. Akpabio said, democracy thrives only when its institutions are respected and its rules are upheld. But in this case between Natasha and Akpabio, why was he against Natasha? Why did he disobey the courts that said Natasha should not be prosecuted, that he should not be suspended? Although he did not mention any lawmaker by name, his remarks came amid renewed tension following the return of Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, Kogi Central, from a 6-month suspension which she continued to challenge. This remark, Akpabio did not say this until Natasha came back to the Senate. It was known that Senator Natasha is back after a long 6-month suspension that Akpabio remembered to say all this. The Senate President stressed that enforcing discipline, enforcing discipline in parliamentary conduct was not aimed at silencing dissent, but at maintaining order and preserving institutional integrity. What do you think about all this? If you think Akpabio is still witch hunting Natasha, please come under the comment and say, Akpabio, please remove your eyes from Natasha Akpoti Uduaha. Akpabio, please allow this woman to represent her people. Remove your eyes from her. The Senate President said that enforcing discipline in parliamentary conduct was not aimed at silencing dissent, but at maintaining order and preserving institutional integrity. The discipline of parliamentary conduct is a universal marker. The discipline of parliamentary conduct is a universal marker of political civilization. Akpabio said, in the United Kingdom's House of Commons, the authority of the Speaker is absolute and unchallenged. So Akpabio is saying that a speaker, him being in charge, should be absolute and unchallenged. No member, regardless of party or popularity, may openly defy the speaker's ruling without consequences. So it means that nobody should talk to Akpabio, whether he's doing right or whether he's doing wrong. Nobody should argue with him. This is very bad for democracy, because the whole essence of having senators is for them to sit down and debate, go through debates because passing a law will affect the millions of Nigerians. Already, World Bank already gave a statistic that 139 million Nigerians are not only in poverty, but they are in abject poverty. And why do we have senators and leaders? For them to criticize every policy, every spending, every law, for them to hold people accountable. So if they cannot talk, if they must always say yes to what Akpabio said, how will the nation move forward? He argued that Nigeria's legislative rules were not ceremonial relics, but essential instruments for safeguarding fairness, stability, and respect for leadership. So was there fairness in the way Akpabio handled Natasha? The Nigerian Senate standing orders are not ceremonial relics from the past. He said they are the living constitution of the institution, carefully designed to preserve fairness, consistency, and the sanctity of the legislative process. Defending the rights of the legislature to discipline erring members. But it's only Akpabio and Natasha that he had disciplined, though. Akpabio drew parallel with global parliamentary practices, noting that even in mature democracies, lawmakers are sanctioned for misconduct. Yes, you are referencing to what is going on in Britain, UK, but they are not referencing how those nations ensure that public funds are well used, ensure that there is employment, ensure that the president is checkmated, ensure that there is division of, everybody is on their own, democracy on their own, that executive is on their own, separation of powers, legislature is on their own, judiciary is on their own, not like we have in Africa, in Nigeria, that the judiciary and the legislature oftentimes are in the pocket of the president and the governors. In the world's most respected parliament, members who flaunt rules face swift consequences, he said. In the British House of Commons, suspension or expulsion is not rare when a member's behavior undermines parliamentary dignity. Nigerian Senate has every right to apply similar standards. He is trying to defend what he did to Natasha. He described the 10th Senate as a chamber of resilience and balance, committed to demonstrating that freedom within order is the truest form of democracy. When the chamber, this is Akpabio still talking, when the chamber asserts that it will not be held hostage by the disruptive instincts of any single member, it is affirming the primacy of the collective responsibility over individual grandstanding. He said, this is how strong legislature endures, not by silencing dissent, but by ensuring that dissent respects the bounds of procedure. Please, if you believe that Akpabio is still disturbing Natasha, come under the comment of this video and type, Akpabio, remove your eyes from Natasha. Allow this woman to represent her people. Akpabio added that his leadership approach will remain one of fairness, firmness, and inclusion, stressing that the upper chamber must continue to serve as a stabilizing force amid growing populism and public cynicism. Leadership of this sort does not seek applause, it seeks stability, he stated. By upholding its standing orders, the Senate has reclaimed its moral authority and demonstrated that rules, properly enforced are not instruments of oppression but shades against institutional decay. We must move on. His comments come amid ongoing debate over the legislative discipline and the limits of free expression within parliamentary setting, an issue that has repeatedly tested the balance between order and opposition in Nigeria's democratic revolution. This is what is happening at the moment. He and Natasha are still in court. Even with Yahaya Bello. Yahaya Bello and Akpabio are still together in the suit they filed against Natasha that is still in court. So if you support Natasha, don't think the battle is over. Come under the comment of this video and keep supporting her, encouraging her. And if you think Natasha is wrong, if you think that she is taking advantage of people's sentiment, also be free to talk about it. Remember, like this video, join, click on join, share this video, and most importantly, there's another important video on the screen. Click on it and watch now.